In the early 13th century, a brewing conflict between the Byzantine Empire in the east and the western states was exacerbated by the failure of the first three crusades. While the Byzantines perceived the Crusaders as opportunists seeking to seize the choicest parts of the Byzantine Empire, the West saw the Byzantine emperors as lacking the will to fight the common enemy. The Fourth Crusade, launched in 1202 CE by Pope Innocent III, aimed to reclaim Jerusalem for Christendom. However, the Crusaders faced financial troubles with the Venetians, who demanded payment for their fleet. Complications arose when the Crusaders, unable to afford the Venetian price, agreed to divert their course and conquer the city of Zara for the Venetians. This move angered the Pope, who excommunicated both the Crusaders and the Venetians. Despite the excommunication, the Crusaders continued their journey, and the real turning point came with the influence of the Doge of Venice, Enrico Dandolo. Remembering his expulsion from Constantinople as an ambassador, Dandolo saw an opportunity to eliminate it as a trade rival. In 1204 CE, instead of reaching Jerusalem, the Fourth Crusade took an unexpected turn as the Crusaders, joined by Venetian forces, attacked and brutally sacked Constantinople. This marked the first time in 9 centuries that the city, a symbol of Byzantine strength, fell to invaders. The sack resulted in the looting of religious icons, relics, and artworks, and the division of the Byzantine Empire's territories among Venice and its allies. While the Byzantine Empire would rise again, Constantinople would never reclaim its former glory as the greatest, richest, and most artistically vibrant city in the world. The event marked the end of an era for the Byzantine Empire and altered the course of history. The Crusaders, backed by the promise of support from the son of the deposed Byzantine Emperor Isaac Angelos II, Alexios IV Angelos, arrived at Constantinople on June 24, 1203. Alexios IV had pledged assistance with money, soldiers, and supplies in exchange for the Crusaders' aid in restoring his father to the throne. The city fell relatively easily as the Crusaders overcame the garrison at Galata and breached the harbor's massive chain, allowing their fleet to enter. The co-emperors, Isaac and his son Alexios IV, were installed in the palace, but they reneged on their promises of assistance and failed to subordinate the Byzantine Church to the Pope. Facing discontent among their people due to tax increases and a devastating fire caused by the Crusaders, the emperor struggled to maintain trust. A usurper, Alexios V. Doukas, known as Mortsuflos or Bushy-browed, seized the throne in January 1204, executing both father and son. Alexios V defended Constantinople against the Crusaders, reinforcing the Theodosian walls and launching raids on their camps. The Crusaders, led by Doge Enrico Dandolo, saw an opportunity not only for Byzantine aid, but also to plunder the city. Despite initial Byzantine resistance, the Crusaders launched a full-scale attack on April 9, 1204. The defenders repelled the assault, but the Crusaders returned on April 12, targeting the weaker sea walls and using their ships to breach the harbor's defenses. The Franks successfully broke through a city gate, leading to a violent and destructive 3-day looting spree. The citizens endured rape, massacres, arson, and desecration of churches. Alexios V fled to Thrace, and Constantinople faced a brutal aftermath. With awe and greed replacing their initial admiration for Constantinople, the Crusaders, including Lesser Knight Robert de Clary, Marshal of Champagne Geoffrey de Villardouin, and Byzantine historian Nicetas Choniates, participated in the ruthless looting of the city in 1204. Constantinople, a grand city with a population of 300,000, impressed the Crusaders with its monumental buildings, churches, palaces, forums, gardens, and immense wealth. However, their admiration turned into a plundering spree as they stripped away monumental sculptures, artworks, books, manuscripts, jewels, furniture, doors, and architectural elements for their own gain. Among the stolen treasures was the Mandelion Shroud, believed to carry an impression of Christ, taken to France but destroyed during the French Revolution. A gold reliquary containing a fragment of the True Cross ended up in the Cathedral of Limburg in Germany. The Hippodrome of Constantinople, a central target, was looted for its treasures, including the famous bronze horses now in St. Mark's Cathedral in Venice. The Byzantines mourned the loss not only of lives and wealth, but also of historically significant artworks connecting the city to its Roman heritage. In the aftermath, Emperor Alexios V Doukas fled but was later captured, blinded, and thrown to his death. The Petitio Romaniae Treaty divided the Byzantine Empire among Venice and its allies. Venice claimed 3/8 of Constantinople, several islands, and strategic points along the coast. Baldwin of Flanders became the Latin emperor, receiving 5/8 of Constantinople and 1/4 of the empire. Boniface of Montferrat took over Thessalonica, forming a new kingdom including Athens and Macedonia. Following Baldwin's death in 1205, William I Champlitte and Geoffrey I Villardouin founded a Latin principality in the Peloponnese, while Othon de la Roche seized Attica and Boeotia. The Byzantine Empire would see a shadow of its former self until its re-establishment in 1261 by forces from the Empire of Nicaea, marking the end of the Latin occupation of Constantinople. Emperor Michael VIII placed his throne back in the palace of his Byzantine predecessors. With the re-establishment of the Byzantine Empire in 1261, the stage was set for a series of historical events that would shape the empire's destiny. Emperor Michael VIII Palaiologos faced the challenging task of rebuilding and consolidating the Byzantine realm after the Latin occupation. The empire was a mere shadow of its former self, limited to the city of Constantinople, some territories in Thrace, and parts of northern Greece. Michael VIII implemented various reforms to stabilize the economy, strengthen the military, and restore the Byzantine identity. However, the Byzantine Empire continued to face external threats. The rising power of the Ottoman Turks in Anatolia posed a significant danger. The Battle of Baphius in 1302 marked a confrontation between the Byzantines and the Ottomans, with the latter gaining momentum in the region. This conflict foreshadowed the long and tumultuous relationship between the Byzantines and the Ottomans, culminating in the fall of Constantinople in 1453. In the following decades, Byzantine emperors such as Andronikos II Palaiologos struggled to cope with internal strife, economic difficulties, and the looming Ottoman threat. The Byzantine Empire sought alliances with Western powers, including the unsuccessful attempt to enlist the help of the Pope and European monarchs during the Council of Lyon in 1274. The Palaiologos dynasty witnessed a complex interplay of political, religious, and military challenges. The Byzantine emperors grappled with the delicate balance between maintaining the Orthodox Christian tradition and seeking support from Western Christian powers against common foes. The city of Thessalonica, a vital Byzantine stronghold, changed hands several times between the Byzantines and various foreign powers, including the Kingdom of Serbia. The Battle of Velbizd in 1330 was a significant clash between the Serbs and the Bulgarians, altering the geopolitical landscape of the Balkans. As the 14th century progressed, the Byzantine Empire faced a relentless series of conflicts, including the Byzantine Civil War of 1341 to 1347, further weakening its position. The Black Death, which ravaged Europe in the mid-14th century, added another layer of hardship to the empire. The union of the churches in 1439, an attempt to reconcile the Eastern Orthodox Church with the Roman Catholic Church, took place during the Council of Florence. Although the union was achieved, it failed to bring about the anticipated support from the Western powers against the Ottoman threat. The final chapter in the Byzantine story unfolded in 1453 when Constantinople fell to the Ottoman Turks, led by Mehmed II. The siege marked the end of the Byzantine Empire, a once great civilization that had endured for over 1,000 years. The fall of Constantinople had profound implications for the course of world history, influencing the Renaissance and shaping the geopolitical landscape of the Eastern Mediterranean and beyond.